People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. Arsenal have just won 1-0 against West Ham. Obviously, most vital thing is we've got the 3 points, so we might as well review the players' performances. Now, let's be honest, no one was perfect. We weren't perfect as a team. It's a game where there's plenty of things to go to the drawing board and learn from, especially with playing the current Premier League champions in Manchester City, because a couple of opportunities, if we back off against the likes of, if Kevin's fit, if Sterling's there, Bernardo, Sergio, Jesus, the rest of them, they will punish us and we will go into half-time 3-0 down, sort of thing. We haven't, in the last few games, we have not started games strongly and from the off, and we need to get back into that groove and not stop having to rely on turning games around. It is what it is. I guess if you want to look at this as optimistic as possible, it puts pressure on people above us. It's 3-0. It's 3-0? I'm bugging out. It's 1-0. It's 3 points. It's a clean sheet. It is what it is. We move forward with that insurance into City. In relation to Leno, I'm going to give Leno a 7. I'm going to give Leno a 7 really off the back of some wonderful saves he made, because he did make some good saves. His shot stopping can't be in question. I don't think he's alone in how he was playing out from the back and stuff, but I did think his distribution was questionable in this game. And even with his shot stopping, there was one effort, he saved it and he spilt it kind of thing, and someone swept up. But Leno earned his 3 points today, I felt. Bit of a, again, no one was perfect. I feel everybody's performance could have done better, and we weren't amazing as a team, we have to be honest. 7 out of 10 for Leno. Socrates, I give him a 5. I don't feel he was poor. It's a so-so moment. Obviously, he's going to get exploited in numerous positions. Playing as a fullback, he's not a natural out there. He's filled in a couple of times, not just Arsenal, but in his career. He's a centre-half by trade. It's like asking an electrician to do your pipe work and do some plumbing work. They might know a bit about it because of being involved in the trade, like you would know being a centre-half looking at fullback, but you can't play significantly well out there, innit? It's chalk and cheese sort of thing to a degree. Obviously, he had a tough time, couple of times backing off unnecessarily. I think he done all right, man, in what he could. Obviously, no, you're not going to get nothing really in an offensive sense with Socrates, but I feel the application was there, the hunger was there. 5 out of 10 calm performance, but again, as a team, we could have done better. I think Luiz was all right today. I think we still need a centre-half. I'm torn between a 6 and a 7. I think Luiz was quite, listen, I'm one of the harshest critics on David Luiz, but I think he was calm today, man. I'm torn between a 6 and a 7. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say a 7. Marie, I don't know, it's another one torn between a 6 and a 7, because we kept a clean sheet. It's his first game. I think he done all right. What I like about him is he don't like to do things above his pay grade. He's shown that he's got that sort of pass on him in the left foot, and he'll play it down the channel. And being at the game, I think he showed that expertly well a couple of times. But he's not going to force it. For want of better words, people, I wouldn't say he's as confident on the ball technically as a Mustafi who wants to bring it out from the back by nature, and Luiz. And he's very more, I'd say he's more conservative, really, sort of thing. I did think he kind of struggled when the balls were going into channels and, one-on-one duels versus Antonio and that raw aggression and that athleticism. But I think he did all right, man. So really, it's probably a 6 out of 10. But I give him a 7, benefit of the doubt, first game and stuff. And I still think we need a centre-half that really, looking at them as a fan, would make me look at our lineup and think, obviously we can't sign, I'm not saying a Van Dijk, but you look at Van Dijk at Liverpool, you look at that defence and you're like, yeah, there's a confidence thing. I got confidence in Leno, confidence in Aubameyang, I want some other players in around the team that I look at a match day and I'm like, you're on this thing sort of thing, people. If Marie can do that, he can do that. I give him a 7. Torn between a 5 and a 6 for Saka. I give him the benefit of the doubt and I give him a 6. I think we've got a decision to make because he looked very tired in the second half. Saw him getting a bit of cramp. Obviously, he'll have Sunday off, and again, give or take, Monday and Tuesday we'll begin preparations for Wednesday. He probably has to play in that game, people. I know we've got some options we can use, and Tierney's coming back, and there's a debate to be said. If Tierney's in full training, do you play him? But if you play him and he evidently looks off the pace, what happens? You play Saka, he gets injured, what happens? It's a tough one, people, really and truly. Saka's not playing, and whoever is in that role has a tough time. What happens? Off topic, I don't really want to see Socrates against right back against City because you can see the YouTube compilations, people. No disrespect to Socrates. But I'll give Saka a 6. I'll give Ceballos an 8, you know. I'll give him an 8. And I think even in his performance, there was needless touches at times, overconfidence on the ball. But again, going to the Emirates, I'm looking at, regardless of where we are in the game or what we're facing, who is actually trying to do something. And I feel Ceballos tried. I think Ceballos actually put in a defensive shift as well in the muck of it. He deserved his start, and he deserves to start against City. And again, I don't want to say it's early days, but under Arteta it's early days. But he's significantly better under Arteta so far than he was under Emre, really. And he looks like he's being one of the first names on the team sheet. Sadly, he's not the same role as Torreira, but with Torreira's injury, we're kind of... There's obviously other options in the side, but we're kind of weak on options. And him and Xhaka have a decent partnership. So I'll give him an 8, man. I think Ceballos did alright today. Give him an 8. Also, reality is probably a 5. It's probably a 5 if I'm completely honest. But I think second half I'll give you 2 bonus points. One for reacting, so you would have got a 6 out of 10. You got an assist, so your first assist in like 2 years, I believe, in the league. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I saw someone say that. I don't know if it's true, but someone said that the Emirates got the assist. Actually started balling out to a fair degree in the second half, so I'll give him a 7. But again, a lot of these ratings, if we're honest, flattering performance, really. On another day we don't take 3 points. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. Aubameyang, I give Aubameyang a 6. It weren't, it just weren't his day. Like, didn't really see nothing from Aubameyang. Xhaka, I give a 6. I think Xhaka played alright today. Give Eddie a 5. Put in a shift, but not really anything of significance. Also give Pepe a 5, people. Lacazette, within the context of how many minutes he played and coming on, because he's had a tough time, I'll give him a 9. At the end of the day, I wouldn't have said to bring him on. I was screaming Martinelli, but he's justified him coming off the bench. He's a hero. Obviously, VAR helped us out, but at the end of the day, he scored the goal. So I'll give him a 9 for his thing. I like Nelson, I don't think Nelson was really on long enough to give a rating, but I think Nelson looked okay. He looked like he listened to whatever Arteta told him, really and truly. Bellerin weren't really on the field long enough either to get any ratings, but I think Nelson, it was a decent little cameo sort of thing. Should have done better with that effort towards the end of the game, but is what it is. Again, first half was a shambles, really. Let's be honest, people. Did we even have a shot on target? Did we test Fabianski returning to this ground? No, we didn't. Like, he must have been believing more in his ability, because at half time he's got a clean sheet playing against a side that's got the league's top goal scorer, Aubameyang, in. And if it hasn't changed at the top of the table and stuff, I see no other teams and that. But is what it is. It's a 1-0 victory. It's 3 points, clean sheet, insurance going into Wednesday's game in hand against the current league champions Manchester City away from home. When last did we win there? What was it? When Santi and Coquelin did their thing. So we'll have to see what happens in that game. But at least we can watch Match of the Day, Arsenal fans, this weekend. I'm not going to lie. We can deal with any problems next week. We put pressure on teams, other teams above us and teams yet to play and currently playing and all these sort of things. Like last I saw the Spurs game, it was 1-1. Saying that, Spurs are obviously going to score now. But on that note, that's my player ratings. I'd love to hear yours. Football is a subjective sport. No one's right, no one's wrong. Yeah, man. People, Deluded, I'm out. Thank you for always watching and rocking with the guy.